That's right, folks. Microsoft's latest title, Bleeding Edge, the futuristic brawler title, is now out for Xbox and PC. Bleeding Edge is set in a dystopian future to where the government is corrupt and society idly sits by to what's going on. However, being sick of the system, Damon starts the group Bleeding Edge, a band of augmented humans that doesn't fit in with the rest of society, taking the group underground to fight it out in battle circuits against the government and society itself. What also comes with Bleeding Edge is a package of gameplay with 12 fighters, 5 maps, 2 gameplay modes that feature point capture and collection, a hefty tutorial system that lets you get in depth with your characters from combos, parry timing, specials, and even a mod system to build your character and swap skills, and even more. And now for the graphics. Graphically, Bleeding Edge has a beautiful color scheme with the uniquely designed heroes and maps. I love that the colors seemingly come together on the map backdrops and all the heroes have a cool and unique theme to them. It's a pro for me. However, the maps feel dead as nothing is really happening on them as players duke it out. The lack of character skins and how extremely limited they are is also very disappointing. The graphics for Bleeding Edge gets a 3 out of 5. And now for the gameplay. The gameplay of Bleeding Edge can be a double-edged sword in how it's designed. I love the combat and play and the utilization you need to have for each of the set roles from frontline, healer, to tank. I enjoy that Ninja Theory attempted to put a combo and parry system and really flesh out the combat and give it life. I like that they set out characters to be different styles of play. However, a lot of that falls completely short as what's supposed to be a combo fest is turned into a smorgasbord of who can jump who and who can hit the hardest. Learning combos and parries all gets tossed out the window because it doesn't work in action. It's only great on paper and in theory. What's meant to be a brawler feels like a lesser fleshed out MOBA in gameplay. Also, the roster may have a few people that can be used, but the game gets incredibly off kilter if 2 of the same class are picked. It breaks the entire game also and makes it incredibly unfair. The gameplay of Bleeding Edge gets a 2.5 out of 5. And now for the audio. The audio of Bleeding Edge is solid, a great soundtrack of EDM and hip hop sounding instrumentals. The characters have cool voice lines in the midst of combat also. My particular favorites are Damon and El Bastardo and their deliveries. However, my main gripe in audio is that the music doesn't fully load in on stages, and with too much going on via the battlefield, it's a bit hard to hear voice lines and sometimes the music itself. The audio gets a 3.5 out of 5. And now for the multiplayer. And lastly, the multiplayer. I saved this for last as this is primarily a multiplayer based game with little pockets of lore here and there. Based on the playtime with my friends, playtime by myself, from the beta to launch and all, not much has changed to Bleeding Edge except that the servers have gotten worse and that the lag is high. At one point in multiple matches, I couldn't understand what was going on because the characters were skipping all over the place. Between the servers not being good and the game not understanding what it wants to be fully, and constantly threading a line between I want to be a brawler, I want to be a MOBA, and not understanding itself completely, the multiplayer of Bleeding Edge could have been so much better. However, it left me disappointed and wanting more on top of more of many complaints that I had already. The multiplayer of Bleeding Edge gets a 2 out of 5. And now for the wrap up of the review. But all in all, Bleeding Edge is a title with potential with unique characters, interesting lore, a potentially interesting system of gameplay with combos and parries, nicely designed backdrops, colorful art scheme, and really solid audio tracks. However, a lot of that gets muddied up by unbalanced characters, way too big of maps, gameplay that can't even be used in the manners that's shown, audio that cuts in and out depending on how you load in, terrible and laggy servers, and a game confused in its own self on what it wants to be. Also extremely bare bones at launch. I'll be giving Bleeding Edge for Xbox One and PC a 2 out of 5. What's going on, folks? DemiGodReviews here. This is the review afterthoughts section of reviews. This is something I wanted to implement like after reviews, and I finally am going to do it now. I'm gonna keep this as short and sweet and simple as possible. I had high hopes for Bleeding Edge. I was a big fan of what they gave me in a beta. Yeah, I had a little bit of gripes here and there. Well, I had a major thread, or some gripes on Twitter. I was tweeting at the developers. I was tweeting at Ninja Theory. I was saying, hey, this is how you can improve your game. This is how you can keep it stable and keep it up. Shout out to Gigantic and Paragon for giving me examples of how to do a MOBA, and shout out to Anarchy Brains for giving me an example of how to do a brawler. I was really in tune with this game. I paid attention to it. I paid close attention to it because I wanted this game to be something. I finally found a competitive game to give me more of that edge that I was missing from Gigantic and Paragon and I wasn't getting anymore. Shout out to Smite for keeping me in that loop also. But once this came out and it was the same thing as the beta and nothing really changed except more terrible servers, I knew that this game wasn't gonna be what I wanted it to be. And I'm very disappointed because I wanted Bleeding Edge to be something, to be more than what it gave us. And for the price that it's asking for of $30 to $40, it's not at that price point to where people are gonna buy that. Honestly, this game should have launched free to play and continuously kept dropping characters, as this isn't the one. This isn't the wave. This isn't like something that people would pay for. It has a lot of improvement and a lot of room for improvement to go on, but as of currently, I'm very disappointed and I want more from this game, and it's sitting on way too much potential to even just let that slide by. However, it needs to figure out its identity first and then work from there. Figure out what you want to be and then come back to the drawing board when you have it. Because this, as of right now, isn't the way. In Bleeding Edge, you could do oh so much better. But that's it for the review afterthoughts, folks. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know if you like or dislike Bleeding Edge. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell icon to stay up to date with everything that I'm doing. And check out the previous videos, previous reviews, and I'm back. Let's do it.